We have no mercy for those that come to disrupt the restoration of this struggle. We don't negotiate with anyone. We will never do that. Because when you do things like that, you encourage the same thing to be inside the government, and they will continue to do what they are doing. There's an added access.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you to this amazing program. Thank you so much for joining us on today's program. Please like and share this program to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Share to everyone that is close to you. Let us spread this gospel across so that everyone will get the update. Remember, today, our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is in court. As we all know, he has no case to answer, but Nigerian government have continued to take him along to their court every day. In as much as we know he has no case to answer, but they are still dragging him to court. I want to share with you the update of today for you to know what is going on. They have done what they want to do, and the case has been adjourned until 2nd. Let us hear and see what transpired in the court and how our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appeared in court today. Watch and make sure you share this program so that others will be updated. Thank you so much. Let's watch our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appearance in the court.
Matters. Today we learned that Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja granted permission to the federal government, for its witnesses. Remember that today, Nnamdi Kanu's case again, the trial began today again in Abuja. Now, we have a report that witnesses that will be testifying against Nnamdi Kanu have been granted permission to testify behind cameras. They are not going to be there. We aren't going to see them. We won't even know their names. And the reason for this about this, given the fact that a senior advocate who is representing Nnamdi Kanu also accepted, to that particular move by the federal government.
There's no problem. There's no problem, because if you now say, they say, you don't want the case to go on, there's no problem. Let them do whatever they do.
How possible will it be that people are testifying against, someone
camera,
and they're doing the testimony or giving the testimony behind cameras? And how are we not going to know the authenticity of their testimonies or their testimonies?
Defender will equally be there. It's not only going to be only the legal counsel of the government. They too will allow them to ask questions, Abi. So don't worry yourself. That should not bother you.
Okay, but there's another clause to that also that it's not really. I'm not bothered about it, but it's more like, let me just ask you the question. Now, there's no objection from Kanu's lawyer, Kanu Agabe, who is a senior advocate of Nigeria, and we also know what his portfolio holds. There was a request that he made for similar to happen from the for Kanu would be argued on. Do you think that this is more like a wonderful bet, being played at this point in time?
Of course.
Do you see the Federal Government Council cooperating with this particular request from Nnamdi Kanu's counsel for his own bail? Remember, recall the other time they called discharged him, and then the federal government also flouted that particular order and kept him behind bars and all that. So are you seeing any part or any movement or shift of the federal government in this case?
Of course. Because the matter, since this case started, this is the first time it's going into trial. It is now that the matter is going into trial. So the situation have changed, and I expect that reason will prevail here. Are you getting what I'm saying? So I don't see why anybody should now throw in any obstacle on the way.
And when you make mention of the case being this is the first time it's been trial, are we putting, or are we actually alluding this to the fact that we have 4 new senior advocates join the Council of Nnamdi Kanu, or what? What really happened? What are we going to, attach this particular one to this time around?
Because I think many lawyers, legal minds have come to realize that this is no longer prosecution but persecution, and that is why they volunteered to come into the matter, because the law is being taught upside down here, and if you're a legal man, you will not allow that to happen. They are there to tell the federal government the truth about this matter, because they refuse to listen to wise counsel. When they court to say this man should go, and they refuse. So this time around, I want to see that excuse they will give. This terrorism charges they brought against Nnamdi Kanu, I want to see how it will stand. Because it is only Buhari that sees Nnamdi Kanu as and IPOB as a terrorist group. But Fulani herdsmen and all the other groups that are killing Nigerians all over the place, they are not. They should tell us when Nnamdi Kanu killed one particular Nigerian, or when IPOB went to ransack an entire village, kill everybody there. You do know what terrorism, terror. That means you are putting fear in people, you are destroying lives and property. And they should come and tell us. So this are with arrogance and impunity. Maybe they are saints, while Nnamdi Kanu is declared a devil.
As indigenous people of Biafra, condemning the scheduled court procession and the scheduled court proceedings and all that, saying that if in a court of law in Nigeria, that is more like, will I say, they call it a sham to start with.
It's a persecution because jurisdiction matters. You said Nnamdi Kanu said all sorts of things. He said it in England, in UK.
So you don't think that can actually,
it will not stand.
Like a hindrance?
It will never stand. It will not stand. The case is dead on arrival. It will not stand. If you check, I have been saying he wanted to go through trial. Yeah. So he's not afraid of going through trial because he has said that he did not do anything wrong.
Nigeria now has been prescribed and been tagged a terrorist group. In Nigeria, the courts made IPOB to be a terrorist organization.
No. You said that determination. Is it in UN Charter? The answer is capital yes. That is why nobody in the whole world is. So on what ground are you now going to prosecute and persecute him? All
right, but us to continue with this analysis, but the producer made us understand that we are already pressed for time. Thank you so much. We've been speaking with Barrister Darlington Agumo, VOP TV in-house analyst, and I sincerely appreciate you being part of today's media news.
Meanwhile, Voice of the People TV is on the street, gathering citizens' reactions to the recent mass defections shaking Nigeria's political scene.
Yes, of course. It's a threat to the democracy and to the Nigeria political party and so on, because a lot of these senators, governors that they are defecting, they are just looking for what they are going to hit. They don't have an ideology about the party they belong to. As there's a little misunderstanding or a little grudges from their party, the next thing is to go to another party where they know that they are going to be getting their feeding. Because I don't see the reason why we are going to be defecting from one political party to another. All you need to do, if you believe in that party you belong to, you need to stay there, build the party together with your other members and other colleagues. So being a governor or being a senator or House of Rep, first from one political party to another, is not too good for the democracy. And it's putting us to think much that, are we really in democracy? Because this recently defection from one political party to another is so somehow. I don't really believe on them. And with the masses that we are outside fighting for them, it's like they are just looking for what they are going to hit. They don't believe in the party they belong to. So that's how I see it.
To me, that banned them from moving from one party to another party. There's nothing bad in it. But some of them, before they fell from it's not working because of annoyance or because of one thing or the other, they will move to the another one. What are the aims and objectives for all those parties? This is not the first time they have been doing it for long. And what I even see, all those political parties, they don't have anything reasonable for the masses. They are only fighting for their own belly.
Politicians defecting from their party. I believe so sometimes they defect probably not his interest. But come to one, two, is it a better option for them? Personal reasons. I believe we Nigerians sometimes you need to ask some vital questions. It proves that you don't have integrity to your party. So such a candidate, I believe their party should do away with them. And for the newbies trying to come into the party, I believe they should be stereotyped or they should be interviewed thoroughly. And if possible, they should sign an agreement, probably fixed.
Now you can see clearly that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case in Nigerian court, even though they try as much as possible to force cases upon him. They try as much as possible to create a case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but it's all in vain. You have seen them bringing up terrorism simply because he made a broadcast, and the broadcast he made, according to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as we all know is still in the public, was for self-determination. All Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been asking for is the self-determination of his own people, but they try to blackmail him and call it terrorism. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never used any arm. He has never brandished any arm. He has never at any point in time made any move, any physical move against anybody. But yet, they have the balls to bring him into their court. But as you know, it's all planned out to continue to detain him as long as they can. But I tell you, it will not be for too long. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to regain his freedom. We must all remain strong and consistent and continue to demand the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It doesn't matter what they bring towards him. It doesn't matter how long they hold him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will regain his freedom as soon as possible. From every evidence they presented, including using a man who pretended and be a hooded man, whose identity was not disclosed, a masked man, to testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even upon that, that testimony will not stand. As I tell you, in the next court on the 2nd of May, there is going to be a sitting again, and that man who was there to testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be cross-examined by the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And after cross-examination, I bet you he'll be running on his heels. He will be running on his heels. But as we all know, all these things are forms of delay to continue to delay Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he has no case in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria and will never, ever have any case. It doesn't matter what they say, how they brandish it, how they try to twist it. Let's sit back and watch and see how all this unfolds. Thank you and stay blessed. See you next.